Time to bring the thunder. Let the heavens rage! Zeus!
Hello everyone, LZ is finally back. I apologize for the long absence of mine. It was just busy. This summer was crazy. I had a lot to do privately. I had a lot to do in the work. But now everything is settled down. We are going into the low season. So I have time again for you guys to post some content. And here, after a long period, a new series with UP Reiju, the one and only so far existing, one of my favorite decks. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the subscribe button. I'm so happy to be back. Let's go into this match. So my opponent won the dice roll. He decided to go first against R Sanji. Definitely an interesting deck choice. When I saw my opponent with this leader, I was not scared, but I was like, okay, what is going to happen? But I know roughly that the game plan of my opponent is quite aggressive. So what I need to try is to defend my life early, try to win the board game, and then start to finish him by the time before he is able to finish myself with his aggression. So I kept my first hand because it was a very good hand. I had Searcher Sanji and Stage already in my hand. So with the Sanji I found the small Ichichi, trashing here, chopper blocker with the Stage. I'm looking here probably for a big ranger. I only see the new addition to this deck is the blue 4-cost Reiju 2k counter, which I already have here one in my hand. That's why I decided here to play to take the small Reiju and pass my turn. As you see guys, it's quite shiny in my hand. I decided myself to upgrade this lovely deck as much as possible, which you also see, and if you haven't know already, it is finally legal to play Japanese Don cards at official tournaments. So I am building up my collection of gold Reiju Dons for this deck, and probably also all other decks because they look quite beautiful. But this is my only deck where I like to take care and to play full art. So if it's possible, I will try to fulfill this dream, let's call it like this. So my opponent on his second turn, he has played the Sanji. With his leader ability, he's able to give him rush, and with the effect, he can take a life, gets plus 2000 and attached 2 rested dons to himself, which makes him a 7k body, quite strong. Taking the life because I protected first leader swing with a 2k. So here I do Stage. I'm lucky enough to see the big Ichichi, which will definitely help me to use here the combo, which is probably push into small Ichichi into big Ichichi. But I decide here first to swing a 3k with my Sanji into his Sanji, just to see if he gives me a hand card. I hope he does. And here we go, I got a 2k, which is very good. So I was able to clear it with my leader. I did not play the Porsche EGG combo before because I wanted him maybe to give me another 2 cards, but he decided to not do so. So this is the reason why I swing first with leader, and probably also because of this I decided here to play the Reiju combo instead of EGG combo, because the EGG combo here has no value beside another swing. But I don't want to give my opponent actually more hand cards. I want to be able to remove his board. And maybe EGG will be useful in a later stage to be able to remove something easier, because the big EGG gives 2000 power reduction to any character of my opponent. So I have drawn 3 cards, 1 with my leader ability and 2 with big Reiju, the purple one. This is actually why Reiju at the moment, I would say, in the OP12 meta is quite okay. It's definitely not S tier, but I would consider it as A tier. If we have to specificate this in tier numbers, it's not tier 1, but I would guess around tier 1.5, tier 2. But you have to know how to play against certain matchups. And probably at the moment there is only, let's say definitely one matchup which is quite difficult in my opinion. This is Blackbeard. And then the other one which I haven't solved how to win against this deck is UP Luffy. UP Luffy again is getting more popular, so people realizing, even though the ban restriction came and everyone thought that UP Luffy is bad, people proved now again, if you want to get rid of a leader which is quite strong just because of the ability the leader has, you just need to ban the leader. Finish. Don't try to somehow ban cards or find workarounds. I think this is another example where it clearly shows it does not help. Either you ban just the leader and he's gone, or you just leave it and then accept it that he will be in the meta still relevant. Coming back to this game here, I trashed away the big EGG with my stage. Playing another stage to trash another EGG. As I have 4 Dons and I have Porsche in my hand, I definitely want to play Porsche, so there was 1 Don too much, so I decided to play another stage again just to have this filter, get rid of not necessary cards in my hand, getting here another 2k, which is always good. I was able to get rid with my Sanji his Nami. This is always good, a free trade for me or a free hand card from my opponent. Playing here Porsche, there is unfortunately no target. By the way, the deck list you can find down below in the description, and if you're interested you can just copy it for the sim or for your next locals. So I played here EGG, and now with EGG combo I am able to reduce his Nami, or is it Sanji as Nami? I don't know. I think it's Nami, whoever. By 2000. It's interesting, I'm swinging here into life, not... yeah, I know now why. Because I first swing into his life to see if he gives me cards from his hand. And now, before he draws with his Nami on KO. That's why. But he gave me 1 card, but then the other ones he took, he draw because of the KO. And now I pass my turn. As you see, guys, the full strength of Reiju is on fire. I already have 4, let's say, valuable characters with at least 5000 power. And then my Sanji Searcher, which is not bad into this matchup, because my opponent definitely plays some weaker characters too, as the Nami you saw before, Searcher, or the other one, the on KO draw one. So I'm in a pretty, yeah, I would say comfortable situation. I do have enough counter power. There is another stage in my hand, which I will definitely drop with the stage ability on the field. I have a small Reiju, which I can overplay my Reiju on the board if necessary to do the combo. I'm not sure if I have another purple big Reiju in my trash. I don't think so. If yes, then I don't even need to overplay it. My opponent plays here, I don't remember the card, the effect. I'm not sure. When attacking, something happens. I think he can play something from his hand. I'm not sure anymore, guys. I couldn't also find any updated deck list from R Sanji to be able to be ready for this commentary, but it's not so worse. So he's swinging here with 5k into my leader. I only have 2ks because the small Reiju I definitely don't want to use for counter, just in any case if I need some draw power for the next turn. So I gave him here the 2k. In general, you always counter first with the big rangers. I mean, I call them big rangers. Those are the bigger stages of the small version. So in this case, I have the 2k Reijus, the blue ones. I have the 1k purple Reijus, which I definitely try to use first as a counter, because I want to have them in trash. And yeah, as I was correct, this character when attacking is able to cheat out another character. I think it's a, I don't know if it's like, it is restricted to certain circumstances, but I don't know which ones, like 1 cost or less, or 3000 power or less, something like that, but I don't remember. So he plays Buggy here, so he's trying to establish board again. It was a 7k swing. I took it because I don't want to spend 2 2ks, but also not the 1k Reiju and another 2k, so I decided here to take the life. I also don't feel like scared too much. But now, as you see, my opponent established another character, and it's the Sanji, which his ability you already saw at the beginning of this game, which is quite strong. So I will definitely try here to clear board. Now I have to take care a bit, because I have only 1 life. I'm pretty much sure I'm able to get rid of his rested character, but I'm facing next turn potential 3 swings, maybe even 4 swings. It depends if my opponent plays any rush characters. So I did first here stage. I trashed away big Ichichi. So I'm swinging here 5 into 5. Of course, my idea here was to get some hand cards, if possible, from my opponent. He didn't fall into this, so he still has, I think, 5 cards. We saw before that he grabbed, I think it was the 0 cost. I went with Buggy. And I think now it's time. I will not wait and do nothing. What definitely makes sense is to play the small Reiju just to draw 3 again. To have this protection. The best case scenario is if I could find a blocker. So there is also the possibility to play here the Sanji Searcher, just to see blocker Cosette. But I think, let me see how I'm doing it. So I swung 5 with Porsche, he took it. There is another 5 with Porsche. So now my opponent has to take care if he takes already the life or not. So he does not. Of course, the idea here could be if he takes this 5k, I could put everything on my EGG and try to go for game. But this would be super dangerous, I think. So I'm not in the position to feel safe and just go for game. Even though I have, I have a two 2Ks and 2 1Ks, but still, I think it's still too dangerous. Here with the leader swing, he gave me a 2K, which is a very good sign. This is always good to see, and that's good to know. So in this case, there is no 2Ks available on my opponent's, no 1Ks available on my opponent's hand. So this is a very good play. I play first the Reiju combo, because like this, I want to draw first to see if I'm getting closer to a specific target I'm looking for, and I was lucky enough to see it. It's the Cosette. If you guys don't know what Cosette does, she's basically a blocker, but only if my opponent has 2 or more dons than myself. In this case, I'm always around 3 dons in this game, so I am able to play her and use her block ability. I decided to play here another stage just to filter my dead cards, which was the I think it's the 3rd or even the 4th stage, I don't remember. I think the 3rd stage I cycled, and I was able to take a 2k, and I think now I'm in a very comfortable position. So I swing here 7, I forced my opponent to use the 0 cost event, and now for 1 I play Cosette, and I think now from this point on I'm pretty much safe. My opponent could have something which is able to destroy. For example, Molgon, I can see here as an option. Of course, some rushers, maybe Kid Killer, Zoro, plus additionally another card which can profit from leader ability to get rush. But I'm not sure what my opponent was running for what kind of list, so let's see. But with how many, like 3 2Ks? No, 4 2Ks, right? Yeah, 4 2Ks and a 1K. I should be pretty much safe to survive this turn and then to drive to go for game next turn. Let's see if the opponent will surprise us. You never know, in this TCG, everything can happen. So yeah, why did I decide to play Reiju? I think if you know how to play specific matchups, and I'm talking currently about Green Zoro, which we will have one in this series, and Rayleigh. Rayleigh, so far there is no recording, but let's see, maybe in the upcoming weeklies there will be one. But definitely those 2 decks to beat. And I think now new contender, which is UP Luffy, could be very difficult. I did not figure out how to beat it, but let's see. There is maybe, I saw already some gameplays, but I think the new version of UP Luffy with Rosinante, which is kind more of a control build, this is super difficult in my opinion. So my opponent used here an event, I don't know the name, but basically this event is boosting, I think, up to 3 characters by 1000. So he used first one to boost them by 1k, and then used immediately the Sanji ability. So Sanji now technically should be a 9k or 8k. Let's calculate quickly. I think it's an 8k for the moment, yeah. It's an 8k for the moment. There is a vanilla Sanji, I think. This is probably the one cost 3k. And then for another 2 dons, my opponent plays the same event again. I think this was a slight mistake, because he can give up to 3 characters boost of 1k. So actually with the first one he could already use it on the Sanji, on the vanilla Sanji, if he would have played him before. And I think it gives also to another character minus 2000. So that's why my Porsche here is minus 4000. And I think he's going, or at least trying to go for game here, which definitely makes sense, because he's on 0 life, 1 card in his hand, so either he wins or I will win the next turn. So let's see how my opponent decides to swing. And yeah, I just actually changed the dice, because I was explaining to him it's 2000 because of both events and 2000 because of his own ability, which is 4k. And then with the 2 events attached, it's quite a big swing. I'm not sure if he managed his dons as efficient as possible, but here comes a 5k swing. It's an easy 1k counter. Only 3 swings left, which I need to protect at least 2 with 4 2ks. Should be quite easy possible. So he attaches here everything to his Sanji, which is, what is it, 4, 5, 6, I think a 7k. So even if he decides to swing here with Buggy, which is 5 with a 6k, I think I'm able to defend it. So either I take the life or I defend it now. I think it's the same result. So in this case, it didn't even matter. It's just a question of, do I want to have in my life a 1k just because of efficiency? But I think it doesn't matter here. But if you want to bait your opponent to go for game, then you can take here the life. But I think in this stage, where anyway there is no other turn left for my opponent, it doesn't matter what I do, if I counter now or later. It's anyway the same thing. This was quite interesting, Makino. I was a little bit surprised by this. But yeah, I just forgot that I still have a blocker available, so then anyway, it's game. So I'm countering here out, and now I can block the final swing. It's GG from this point. Thank you all very, very much, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.